Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Heidi, and it is Thursday, and it is 7 a.m., and it is cold out there. If you haven't gone out yet, it's cold. I am excited, really, really excited about our topic today, which is happiness and being happy, because that is something that I love. I love being happy. I love spreading happiness. But this is not about me. It's about you. So, as we always do, I want to start with some definitions and just a better understanding of happiness and what that means. So, happiness is a mental or emotional state of well-being defined by positive or pleasant emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. Happy mental states also reflect judgments by a person about their overall well-being. I'm going to read that again. Happiness is a mental or emotional state of well-being defined by positive or pleasant emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. Happy mental states may also reflect judgments by a person about their overall well-being. That is precisely nailing what I want to talk about today in regards to happiness, is choosing your happiness. And those of you that saw my status post this morning, is choosing your own happiness, making your own happiness, because seeking happiness from someone else or from something else is a dangerous thing, because we are never in control of that happiness. We're never truly in control, and that happiness is never truly our happiness. So let's kind of get down with that a little more. Synonyms to happy. Well, you know what? I have synonyms and antonyms to happiness. I'm going to do the antonyms first, the opposites, because I want to get the negative stuff out of the way. But I think it's important to look at antonyms. Antonyms to happiness: depressed, discouraged, dissatisfied, miserable, morose, pained, sad, sorrowful, and of course unhappy. We have all felt every single one of those in a million different levels in our life. It's a fact. It's life. You know, going back to the whole word perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect life. Your life is as perfect as you see it. Your life is as you design it, you know, and as you're willing to open up and see the positive things in your life instead of focusing on the have-nots, instead of focusing on the haves. So depressed, discouraged, dissatisfied, miserable, morose, sorrowful. There are definitely times in our life that it's absolutely legit to be unhappy. I mean, you know, I lost my father. That sucks. Am I unhappy about it pretty often? Yeah, I'm unhappy about the fact that I don't get to hold his hand anymore, that I don't get to hear his voice anymore. I'm pretty unhappy about that. But I can choose what I do with that feeling, what I do with what that puts in my heart, what I focus on, how I step forward with that, and what energy I take from those emotions, and then what I put to work for myself and for those around me. So let's talk about synonyms, and there's a whole lot of them. I'm not going to go through them all, but here's a few that I like. Blessed. I love this feeling of being blessed. It is, in my sobriety, a feeling that I've never truly felt, truly in my life. Blessed. Peaceful. Chipper. Chipper. That always reminds me of a squirrel running around the yard. Content. Delighted. Ecstatic. Laughing. Laughing is a synonym of happiness. I just love to laugh. It just is the light of the soul, and I've said it before, laughter is when a smile has an orgasm. So just take that into your day. Overjoyed, peaceful, peppy, pleasant, sparkling, sunny. So these are the things that are synonymous with happiness. And just saying those things makes me happy. I mean, it's just a positive feeling to even think about these words. So who knows? I mean, whatever works for you, write down some of these words and put them in places that, you know, you bump into. lively, looking good, looking good. So, that kind of gives us a feeling of happiness. And my very dear friend, Brian, I asked him this morning how he would define happiness. How does he define happiness? And I absolutely, absolutely love his personal definition of happiness. That feeling of happiness is a feeling of contentment when gratitude and acceptance meet. That's what it's all about. That's truly what it's all about. The feeling of contentment when gratitude and acceptance meet. Being grateful for what you have and being accepting of what is before you, what you've got, who you are. I mean, if you think I wake up every morning and go, yay, I'm an addict and an alcoholic, I love it, I'm so excited. No, I'm not, but I certainly wake up happy every day, feeling the way I feel, not feeling sick and not having the shakes and not wondering how I can fit my fix into my day without getting caught, not having those feelings of shame and guilt and just, I do not miss that feeling. And mornings are a beautiful time as an addict in recovery to really feel happy, because mornings were awful. Good grief. Mornings were horrible. Not only because of the way I felt physically, but the way I felt emotionally. My soul was broken. I was lost. I was lying. Just awful. Just dark, dark, dark. So, happiness is a choice. We have to choose where we connect our gratitude and our acceptance. Gratitude and acceptance. And then finding that feeling of contentment and peace from where those two connect and where they meet. Here's sort of a visual, and y'all know I'm a visual person. Choosing happiness, I think, is like when you open the doors of the refrigerator and what you look in and what you see and what you do. So stay with me on this one. Opening up the doors of the refrigerator, you can choose what you see and what you do with what you see. For example, sometimes you open the refrigerator and you go, holy moly, who threw up in my refrigerator? All the shelves are disgusting. There's mucky stuff on all the shelves. I need to clean this. Well, okay, let me take a step back. You see this. And then you choose what you do about it. You can grab that sour cream and shut the door and go, la, 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 la. I did not just see that disgusting mess in there. You can stop everything you're doing and clean it right there on the spot, because you know that your day is going to be completely hijacked thinking about all that disgustingness in your fridge. Or you can plan it for another day. You can not ignore it, but you can honor it, accept it, realize that it's something you're going to have to deal with sooner or later, and plan for when you're going to handle it. So, yeah, happiness is like that. We open the doors of the refrigerator, we open the doors of our heart, we open the doors of our day, and we look at what we've got. And you take inventory and you decide what you're going to do about it. You can decide if you're going to ignore the mess. Sometimes that's okay. I'm not saying that's bad. Sometimes it's okay to not let the mess hijack what we're on a mission to do, which could be a million things that are much more positive than dwelling in the muck. Cleaning shelves of a refrigerator. You can choose to drop everything and seek that happiness, seek that cleanliness, seek that whatever right there on the spot. Okay. If that's an appropriate, healthy choice for you right now, go for it. Or you can choose to decide when you're going to embrace that, when you're going to embrace that change, when you're going to embrace that happiness, when you're going to embrace that task, whatever it is that needs to be happening or happen to get you where you need to be. Similarly, opening up the refrigerator and looking what you see inside, we see all kinds of different food and drinks in our refrigerator. And yup, it's a choice. And depending on your state of mind, your emotional health, your physical health, your tiredness, that 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep, where's the ice cream? Not exactly our strongest point of the day for willpower, but whatever. I'm not going to sit here and say that that's wrong. I'm not going to say that it's not good. Sometimes a good tummy full of ice cream is exactly what the doctor ordered. But going back to choosing, making choices. We see that entire refrigerator of all kinds of different fruits, from the carrots to the ice cream and everywhere in between, and we choose what we're going to do about it. We can choose to close doors, we can choose to pick something healthy, we can choose to pick something in between, but we're making that choice. It's the same with happiness. We take inventory of our lives, we take inventory of our day, and we decide how and what we're going to do, and how and what we're going to allow to affect us and to change us, and how and what we're going to, how we're going to take all of that inventory, again, find the meeting point of gratitude and acceptance, and just hold on to that, respect that, honor that, cherish that. I touched on earlier, and I really want to dig in a little bit about seeking happiness from or through someone or something else. I want you to think right now about someone or something that makes you happy. And those of you that are parents, I know the go-to is all too easily, my children. I get it. I mean, well, I don't get it. I don't have children. I can understand that. I'm going to challenge you to think of something different. Think of something that is from within that makes you happy. And yes, I do ask these questions sometimes so I can take a sip of my coffee, in case you're wondering. But in seriousness, think of something that makes you happy, truly makes you happy. It doesn't have to be anything big. Think. Post it up here if you want to. Everybody will see it, so be careful what you post. What makes you happy? How does it feel when you think about that? I'm going to throw out there that I'm going to make an assumption, and I'm not taking your inventory, but I'm going to make an assumption that thinking of something that makes you happy made you happy. Even if you're having the crappiest morning on the planet, thinking of something that makes you happy is a choice to make that mental change, to change your focus. It's so important to change your focus because everybody's pulling on our focus and ripping, pulling us and making their priorities ours. And, yeah, sometimes it's really hard not to let that happen. If we're seeking our happiness from someone or something else, it's really dangerous. And I say that as the worst violator of this around. I truly was a codependent for happiness, making everyone else happy around me, thinking that would truly make me happy. If they're happy, I'm happy. If they're satisfied, I'm satisfied. Really? No. Where did that get me? Rehab. I mean, if they're happy, I'm happy. Seeking your happiness from someone or something else, and in my case, yes, it was other people, and yes, it was, a chemical, is really dangerous because it gives that other thing way too much control. Way too much control, because if we are seeking our happiness 100% from, or even a large majority of our happiness, from someone or something else, we have no control as to the disposition of that happiness, the existence of that happiness, the consistency of that happiness, the level and the volume of that happiness, the readiness of that happiness. It can make us feel like a victim. Chasing, I am still guilty. I'm so much better than I used to be. Chasing people for happiness, chasing men. I'm just going to put it out there. Chasing men, being that little puppy dog, oh, did he return my text? Did he answer me? Did he say anything? Did he put a smiley face? And obsessing over it. Dear. And when I didn't get that return, it would make me crazy. I was obsessing over it. Finally, I just had to say, you know what? If you want to have a place in my life and you want me to have a place in yours, you'll make that place. You'll come to me once in a while. I'm not going to chase you. And that was really hard to learn. Same thing with alcohol. Going to alcohol and drugs and all of that nonsense, giving into my addiction there was no happiness. I look back, pictures, they say pictures speak 1,000 words, and pictures of myself that were taken when I was deep in my active addiction, there's a hollowness in my eyes that I see, that, it's sad. I'm sad. I'm heartbroken for that woman that I was, because I thought I was happy. I was just drunk, and numbing, ignoring, stuffing down, avoiding, isolating from things that I needed to deal with in order to make myself happy. And I say it like that because it deserves that emphasis. Making myself happy. That makes me feel really strong. And not waiting for someone else to bring me that or give me that or gift me happiness. Screw that. And again, it makes us feel like the victim. It makes us feel weak. It makes us feel helpless when we're so dependent on other things and other people for our happiness. So it's just dangerous. Again, I'm not taking your inventory. I am speaking from my heart. But just something to think about is, where is your happiness coming from? Or not? How about that? Different types of happiness. Different types of happiness. We've got temporary happiness. Sometimes that comes from quick fixes, borderline on addiction. Quick fixes, temporary happiness comes and goes. We buy that item. We eat that thing. We have that sex. We approach that physical relationship for that return, seeking love, and we replace it with physicality. I hope that's the right word. But that's not true happiness. That's not deep happiness. That's not lasting happiness. It's a Band-Aid. It's a quick fix. There's happiness. Yeah, I mentioned happiness from a purchase. Those of you that know me know I love a good deal. I love being thrifty. And that can be lasting as long as it's healthy, as long as it's not, again, borderline addiction. It's not, I can't make myself happy unless I am getting something from somewhere else. I'm seeking it from something else. I'm seeking it from someone else, because that can be dangerous again. There's superficial happiness. I'm so happy. Inside I'm dying. But I have to put on this smile because that's what everybody expects of me. It's scary. And again, we've all been there. And if you're nodding your head going, yeah, I get it. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And it's truly not honoring ourselves. Superficial happiness. There's deep happiness. There's deep, deep happiness. That's when you feel it in your toes. You feel it in your soul. You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your posture. You feel it in your energy. There's that true, deep happiness. That's the one that lasts. And that's the one you don't really have to work super hard on. In the beginning, sure, you might have to work really hard on that type of happiness. Because sometimes we need to peel a lot of bullshit away to find it. We need to put a lot of our defenses down to find it, to appreciate it. But then again, going back to my friend Brian's definition, that feeling of contentment when gratitude and acceptance meet. I believe that life is a mirror. I believe that what we put out is truly, ultimately, not immediately, but truly and ultimately what we receive. And, and what's returned to us. And sometimes it can really surprise you. I'll give you an example. I was at a meeting last night, an AA meeting, a women's group meeting that I go to as many Wednesday evenings as I possibly can. And I love it. Man, is it powerful. Last night there was easily 60, if not 70 women in that room, absolutely dedicated to their own recovery and embracing every other woman in that room. There was happiness, there was joy, there was sadness, there was fear. And one of the women shared that she had just signed a lease on a new apartment, her apartment, and was moving out of her sober living house. That is amazing. It's amazing. And it's scary. And she was sharing that she was terrified to be doing this. Yes, excited. She did say she was excited, but she said she was terrified. And I get that. I mean, taking a huge jump like that, taking on a responsibility like that, especially in the early stages of recovery, is scary. You know, but it's an opportunity to really take a step back and make sure that we're not confusing excitement with fear. Yes, excitement is great. Sometimes it really feels an awful lot like fear. So anyway, I just wanted to wish her well. So I walked up to her and I took her by the hand and I said, first of all, congratulations on your new place. That is amazing. And you should really be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. And I just looked at her and I said, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And she looked back at me and she looked me dead in the eye and she said, God, you're beautiful. I was not expecting that at all. I thought she'd say thank you or, you know, yeah, I'm scared. She looked at me and said, God, you're beautiful. And that I took as a reflection of the heart that I seek to put out. Not expecting it at all. Not that, I mean, telling her that I was proud of her and that she's going to be okay. That's all it was. That's all I was seeking to do, was to give her comfort. And it's amazing how it comes back to us in beautiful, beautiful ways. So I just wanted to share that because it was awesome. It just painted the colors of my heart for the rest of the night. No one, going back to control and getting our happiness from other people, no one can take or make your happiness unless you let them. That last part is very important. I will say it again. No one can take or make your happiness unless you let them. He, she, they, it, my job makes me so unhappy. I've said that a million times myself. I am not sitting here to judge or, again, put myself on the perfect pedestal because Lord knows I'm not. But to turn over that much control to someone or something to say they make me so unhappy. Just something to think about. Can they make or hand you circumstances and situations that are a challenge? Absolutely. That threaten your happiness? Absolutely. And I use this example before, and I'm going to use it again because it is one of my favorites, that if we all stood in a circle facing inwardly so we could see each other, and we chose our biggest challenge, our biggest unhappiness, our biggest burden, our biggest fear, our biggest health concern, whatever it is, and threw it into the center of the circle so everyone could see ours, and at the same time we could see everyone else's, we would run over and grab ours and take it back as opposed to taking someone else's. I guarantee it every single time. Everyone's got something, and as bad as I think my something is, there is always someone whose something is way bigger than mine. It's humbling. It's very, very humbling. So choosing happiness is a daily choice. Like I said, do I wake up in the morning ecstatic that I'm an alcoholic and an addict? No. Do I take it as a challenge in my life? Yes, of course. Do I take it and use it to the best of my ability to be something that is a positive in my life? Yes. I choose to be happy. I choose to be positive. I choose to find the good in things. It is not easy, and I am not perfect at it. Not. But I embrace and am so excited to have a level of happiness and peace that I never had in my addiction. Never. I spill something all over the kitchen, and instead of throwing a temper tantrum in a fit and letting it hijack the entire rest of my night, I look at the mess and say, well, it didn't get over there. At least it's not the entire kitchen. And it's coming automatic now. And I am proud of that. It's a choice. It truly is a choice. If it doesn't make you happy, the answer is no. Yep, I know what you're thinking. How hard that is. People will judge us. People will think less of us. We trained them to expect from us our behavior. We've trained people how to treat us. If it doesn't make you happy, the answer is no. What's causing those feelings? What's causing those, like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I want to throw up in my shoe right now. I can't possibly say no to this. I can't possibly put myself first. What causes that feeling? Why are we allowing someone else to steal our joy? And why are we allowing someone else to be the architect of our happiness? What's happening is that someone is seeking what they want, and they're making us do the work. What? Someone else is seeking what they want, what is going to make them happy and make them satisfied, and they're making us do the work. That's called hijacking. So if it doesn't make you happy, the answer is no. It may not be a no today. It may not be a no right this minute, but just making a conscious choice, going back to choice, to say, this thing is not right for me. This person is not right in my life. Make that choice and honor yourself. Honor yourself. Damn it, you're worth it. Damn it, I just want to reach through and grab you and hug you and tell you that you're worth it. You deserve it. You deserve true self-manufactured happiness. You do. Do you know why I say that? Do you know why I say that? Because I love you guys.